Howdy folks, Ultra, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are a third of the way done with the new Caledonia bush trip. And I assume you watched the first video, legs 1 through 3. So for this video, we'll be doing legs 4 and 5. So what are we waiting for? Let's get going. Alrighty, come down here, repair and refuel. And let's hop outside and get a visual on what's going on here. You know, we haven't talked about the livery for this thing yet. It's, interesting. I like it. I think I like it. Remind me of Zubas. I'm sure my audience is all entirely old enough to know Zubas. I think they're called Zubas, right? I think so. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with the way they've planted our runway in here, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Just looking around super quickly before we take off. There's the town. Okay, so the first 2 or 3 legs, if you recall, I said the scenery was a 10 out of 10 and it was amazing. I don't know what's happening here, but we're like way back in FSX vibes. What in the world? We'll ignore that. Oh, is it trying to load? Are the servers okay? Weird. Anyway, doesn't matter. There's the coast, some islands. And you can see across, well, not here, soon we'll see across the entire island. It's kind of a bummer they don't bring us across the island at all. We're just going around the island. Maybe they feel like there's nothing to see, like no man's land or something. And that's why none of the trip takes us. Anyway, I'm just observing the clouds and the sun. That's super amazing. It is so gorgeous that I can't even describe. It looks okay when we're down here. Anywho, don't want to waste any time. Let's get going. Let's read about what we're doing. Sorry, I'm just trying to like slow down and enjoy this because I usually feel like I'm rushing through these trips. I'm not rushing through them, but sometimes I feel like it. But I just want to like slow down and enjoy a few things. But anyway, here we go. The POIs are off by 2 for some reason. After lifting off at the airport, sight a long narrow bay, La Brise Bay, which is right here in front of us. And we'll use the same format as before. We're not going to read it all and then fly. We'll fly and read at the same time. So we'll go to the bay and then we'll read about the next thing. Very simple. We will use autopilot. Let's not go to, oh wait, 5,000 has been working out pretty well. Let's do 4,000 this time. Yeah. And then, oops, CDI needs to be on GPS. We'll hit nav, vertical speed. And we talked about in the first video about different ways to navigate these, right? Completely manual with the stopwatch and the nav log. Autopilot to hold the heading so you can look around, or you can use GPS. We're just going to use GPS because we can. No reason, other than we can. I have nothing to prove to anybody. I've navigated these in all the different possible ways many times. Alright, I'm overthinking this. We got the fuel, we got the flaps, we know where we're going, we read about the bay. That's it. Let's go. Wait a second. We need to go out, turn around. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, why is our arrow going the wrong way down there? We're going to fly out, turn around, probably to the left so we don't hit anything. Nope, I just realized the problem. This happened before. The GPS is facing the wrong way. It thinks we need to go somewhere else. It says we need to go 75 miles back to regain this, so the GPS will not work. So we're going to use heading bug instead, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. So we're going to switch this to heading, and we'll just use the heading bug to navigate us. Easy peasy. Parking brake off, and let's go. Alrighty. Maybe we can become friends with this aircraft. First 2 landings were okay, but pretty rough. Like 4 out of 10. Last one was like 7.5 out of 10. I'm not going for 10 out of 10 landings. I don't care that much about the landings, but let's try to be friends. Here we go, lifting up, brakes to stop the wheels, gear coming up, and flaps coming up. There we go. Alrighty, we're just gonna fly this heading by hand for a minute. And I'm just trying to think about, let's zoom this in a little bit so we can stay on the path. There we go. So there's a bay up ahead, you can see it right here, and then once we get there we'll read about the next POI. Let's engage autopilot right now. And how's our speed? Let's bring this down to 1300. Yeah, I better sit on that on that heading bug and not turn around. There we go. Perfect. Gonna get the altitude to clear this. We are. Nice. All right, let's hop aside for a minute. And then, whoa, nice rotation there. And then, well, come on, you can work. And there's the bay right there. Let's take a screenshot of that in case I forget later. Just have some looks around. Some mountain peaks, snow-capped in the background. And there are mangroves back there, if you remember from the previous flight, previous video. Mangroves. Mangroves. Alright, that's a great looking bay, but we have to navigate. So, what are we going to do? In a minute, we're going to turn the heading 296. And we can go from here, right? Oh, cool. This one's going to tell us. There we go. We're going to aim right there. Boom. 296. What do you think? Close enough? 296. Perfect. Alrighty, 296. That's right there. That's where we're getting that from. Poinearharan. From the bay, continue northeast parallel in the coastline, staying just inland, pass over the river, then to the Mau River, and then sight the Poinearharan River. The village of Poinearharan is located along a prominent bend of the river just inland of the ocean. And we know that because it's right here on the map. So we're aiming for that. It's a village and a river. We're going to clear this hill up there. Heck yeah. Okie dokie. You know how this works, a little bit of sightseeing. So that is, cuts down the time a little bit so we don't have a 3-hour video. And I'll see you when we're getting closer to the village, and we'll read about what's next in a minute. Alrighty, so the village is in this little horseshoe looking thing, and it looks really cool, with this mountain in the middle. That is super cool. So as we're getting there, let's read about what's next. Super close by is the Chambe River, and then after that close by is the village of Point de Mier, located where the Ina River meets the Pacific Ocean. So we've got the town, which we'll look at outside in a second, river, prominent coastline, and a village on a river. Very straightforward, and then right after that we'll land pretty much. So let's see here, river, prominent long coastline here, and then a river in the town. Super easy. We just gotta remember to change our heading bug when we get over this little horseshoe. So let's have a look at this. There's the village right there, as promised. That is really cool how it's tucked in. It'd be fun to take like a kayak or something and just come around the bend. That is amazing. So cool. And then the mountains in the background, which we are below the terrain level. There is the ocean on the other side. And I'm glad our scenery is back to 10 out of 10, or like, well, it's like 9 out of 10. I think we have to turn. Yes, we do. So let's take our heading bug. Up and turn towards the village, which is 23. And there we go. Actually, let's go like that. And we're going to fly over this prominent coastline. There's the first river. And then, where's the other one? It's right out here in the bend. Alright, when we go, Coral Reef. When we get out here, we'll look for a village. See you in about 45 seconds or so. Alright, let's hop outside and look for the village. That's not a village, that's a town. There's one little river there. Another little river here. Little river there. Lots of little rivers. But that's a full-fledged town, man. They got a swimming pool. They've got a track. They've got a lot of fun stuff going on. That's more than a village. Alright, we got to turn, then we'll read about where we're turning to. There we go. Alright, where we go next? Tiwaka River and pass over the mouth of the Moro River. Alrighty. Another river reaches the ocean. Right here. Pretty easy to spot. And then right after that we land? Oh yeah, then we land. From the river, turn to the north-northeast and follow the coastline to Touho Airport, which is built on the small artificial island directly off the natural shoreline. Should not be difficult to see. I think it's right there. Looks pretty obvious to me. See it right there? You can see the white there. See? Okay, cool. Let's put that away then. And we're actually going to turn off autopilot and fly there. So we're going to kind of skirt across here. Not a problem to do that. Alrighty, final chance to look out the window here. Ocean and coral reef there. Sky there. When you start descending, so we'll bring throttles back a little bit. Beautiful. There's the snow-capped mountains. So nice. The airplane is not a little bit too shiny for my taste, but that's okay. And there's a river we're supposed to be looking for. And there's a save icon, which means you passed the right spots. I wonder what that is. Okay, time to land this thing. And I'll do the next leg in this video. It's a longer one. So we're not going to do more than 2 legs. Alright, we'll level off here, because if you get too low, you lose the runway, and then you're in big trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to nose up to slow down. And then we'll bring back throttles so we don't ascend, and that's how you slow down. And we'll get gear down now. Whoops, past the runway because you can't see it. And then first set of flaps. And then we'll go full flap, of course. This thing needs much less runway than I think every single time. So we don't need to slam into the threshold. We gotta stay above like 75 knots or so. We're gonna touch down around 80 till ground effects take over. Can we look out the window one more time? Yeah, we can. Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful. Full flap. Trim back. Do not descend, please. We're below glide slope. We haven't had a pappy in a long time. Alright, what does that say anyway? Yeah, see the R for rotate? And we stall right around 74, so we're gonna stay above the R. Because, yeah. Any slower and we've been stalling too soon. So R, ram into the ground. Alright, let's stop descending, please. Takes full throttle to keep going in this with full flap. And we're getting blown a little bit because there is a 6-knot wind. So a little bit of crosswind landings. We do left wing and down or right rudder. Left main touches first, and then right, and then the nose wheel. Plant the main firmly. Do not grease a crosswind landing. Extremely dangerous. Nope. Do not come down yet, turtle, even though it looks like we should. Or else we'll get too low too soon, and then we will smack into the water. Oh, keep that speed up. Kind of close to stall there. There we go. Coming down, aim for the numbers. Pappy was always 4 red the whole time. I wonder if that was a bug. Here you go. Idle. Slight rotate. Or not rotate, slight flare. Let it touch down gently. There we go. Whoa, I had the nose wheel perfect and I twitched my left foot and screwed up the rudders. Dang it, that was going to be perfect too. Oh well, whatever. Still the landings are getting better in this thing, but not acceptable. I should be having perfect landings in every landing by now. I've been doing this for 20 some years. Alrighty, here we go. The next leg, forgot what number it was. 5 maybe? Let's go. It's a long one. Alright, come down here, repair and refuel. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Where are we headed? All the way. So we're going to Whiskey Papa? We are. So we're going up and around the island. Okay, that'll be cool. Let's read about the first thing, get in the air, and then we'll keep going. Flaps down 1, we'll back taxi where we need to go. Actually, ooh, we've got some elevation up here. And it's, we can skirt around it though, because we're going to use a heading bug. We can skirt around it. Oh, we could even come in here. That'd be cool. We'll just probably just stay on the coast. So we don't want to get too high or else it's too hard to see. Let's stay at 4,000. That'll work great. So flight director heading. Get that set right now. Vertical speed. Oh, let's do 1,000 feet per minute. We don't have to climb too high out of here. Yeah. Actually, heading bug. Let's get it set for here, and then we'll stay off the coast. Okay, cool. So let's back taxi. And while we're doing that, let's read about where we're going. And parking brake is on, apparently. Okie dokie, so from the airport, skirt the coastline to the northwest to reach the small hamlet of Pindachi, or Pindache. It's French, so Pindache, maybe? Come on. I don't have differential braking, so it's kind of difficult to turn in this plane because you rely on the rudder, which means airflow towards the rudder, but then the front wheel gets light and it won't turn. There we go, it skids. Okay, anyway. A hamlet of that place, which lies between the river, Tempinji River, or amidst the ocean at the bay. So we're going to look for an ocean in a bay, a river in a bay, and then once we get there, we'll read about the next few things. Right. Yeah. River there, bay there. Pretty straightforward. Okie dokie, let's turn around here at the end and get going. Okie dokie. Use the little turnaround thing again and we'll burn out of here. Whoa, I bumped the thing. My muscles are twitchy today. I have issues where my muscles will twitch sometimes. And my left foot twitched on the rudder a bit ago, and now my right thumb just twitched on my throttle. Not a good time for that. Here we go. Very, very, very long runway. We're going to be up before we even reach the touchdown zone. I guess we didn't really have to back taxi, did we? Are we going to be up before the touchdown zone? Let's see. Not quite. Not quite ready to pull up. Alright, here we go. Upsy daisy. Brake to stop the wheels already. Gear coming up. And flaps coming up. We're going to hand fly out of here. Until we get to that river in this bay. Then we'll read about what's next. And be on your merry way. Using my heading bug to know which way I want to turn. There are the mountains in the distance. Those do get really high, so we're just going to go around them. We're not going to go over them. We could, but there's no reason to. A lot of times the scenery is more beautiful to look at, but not necessarily be in it. Look at the coral. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you'd be like, look at those mountains. It'd be so beautiful to be in the mountains. And then you're in them and you're like, it's more beautiful to look at them. But so we'll just stay along the mountains up there. Alrighty, are we ready for some heading bar from autopilot? I think we are. Because, yeah. Okay, so we're going to fly to a bay. And I'm distracted by that village against the water here. Man. Anyway, we're headed towards the bay. I'll see you there. Alright, the bay they want us to check out is right here. So we're almost there. And then we'll talk about the mountains and stuff, but I just wanted to jump in and get ready to go here. So there's the bay there, and the next is the Houailou River. Pass over the bay, which is here. And follow the river, find the river, which is up by the mountains. right there. And then, might as well read about the next thing. Mount Panier. Panier? From the Houailou River, sight Montpellier to the northwest. Kind of hard to miss. Instead of heading toward the summit, no, we're going to go next to the summit and gain altitude. We're not going to go 5,300 feet above sea level, but it is the highest mountain in New Caledonia. Cool. So I think we'll fly to the mountain. Now let's read about the next thing. Nah, we'll fly to the mountain, then we'll read about the next thing. So, alright, that's it. That's what I got to say. See you at this big old mountain thing. Enjoy the minute of sightseeing along the way, I guess. Alright, there's your mountain. So we need to adjust our heading puck a little bit so we don't smack into the mountain. So let's just go along here like this, along the coast. We'll let ourselves get kind of close to it, but not dangerously close. So as we're approaching the mountain, we're going to go around the mountain because we're not going to go over it or through it or under it. We have to go around it. And we're going to go to Houailou. After passing alongside the summit of the mountain, reduce altitude, we don't need to, and parallel the coastline, which we already are, to reach a small community of Houailou, which is way up here in that little cove thing. So that'll be fun. And yep, we won't read about anything else till we get there. So approaching the mountain, I'll give you some sightseeing of the mountain, and then I'll keep track. Look at that river coming down. That's amazing. I assume that's really a river there. We'll keep track of our heading and stuff, and then I'll meet you at this little town of Houailou. Yep. There you go. See you there. Okie dokie, Mountain. It was nice seeing ya, nice knowing ya, but it is time. Keep flying around Caledonia. Oh, I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. Alrighty, so our little village thing is right up here in this little nook and cranny. We will make sure to have a peek once we get there. But let's read about what is next. We can stay ahead of schedule. After passing Houailou, which is there, continue following the coastline to the small village of Tiari, where the region's steep mountains meet the Pacific Ocean. So that's up here, where it starts to turn around. Can't see it from here. What's after that? Malabou Island from Tiari, maintain a course to the northwest and pass over the Alcamane Channel, and then to the Malabou Reef to the Malabou Island. So we're still going to check out our community here. Then we have another community there, and then there's an island way out there. So that's pretty straightforward. That's a ways away yet, so you're going to get a little bit more sightseeing for this little section. I'll make sure to get this community in the sightseeing. I'll make sure to get the next community up here in the sightseeing, and then rejoin you up here when we get towards the island. Let's just check our vitals super quick. We are hanging out at 4,000 feet. A little higher than I like to be for a bush trip, but because of the terrain, that's where we're going to be. And I'll keep adjusting the heading bug as necessary. And we got plenty of fuel, using both tanks at the same time. And that's all I know. So there you go. I'll see you in a little bit. So our island is up ahead, right here. Then we have land way out there and land there. So I'm looking. Okay, so this, I'm looking at Google Maps. This is an island called Houailou. And this out here is another good-sized island called Ile Art, which must be like Island Art and something in French. I'm trying to see if there's anything on it. Yeah, there's some roads and a village or two on there. Nothing enormous. They have an airport. And then they have a somewhat sized town on the west side. So there's something out there. That's what all this is here. But I don't think we're going that far. So anyway, stay on task to where we're going though. Island coming up. I showed you this community. There's the island in front of us. After that is Mauk Island. From Balibio Island, turn into a southwest heading and pass over the far northern extremity of New Caledonia. Pass over Shallow Strait and reach Mauk Island. Turn into a southwest heading. This is north, I guess. Yeah, this is west and southwest-ish. Okay, it's more like west-southwest, but whatever. So we get to this island, and we'll pass over the northern extremity to another island called Mauk Island. And then from there, you turn to the airport, turn southeast heading, sight a wide peninsula in the distance. That's what this whole thing is that we're going over. It's kind of weird the way they word this. Palm Airport lies at the base of the peninsula right there, inland of Barabat's Point. Looks like it's a water approach. If we come around and come north, we can come in from the water. I think. That's what it looks like to me. We'll see. And it looks like you can land this way too. It's kind of cut out, but anywho, so there we go. Island right there, and then an airport. Can't be much more straightforward than that, can it? Anything I need to say? I don't think so. I think it's just gonna go right back into some sightseeing. I'll take care of navigation for you. You just check out the sightseeing, and I'll see you in a moment. Hang on, I want to look at this island together, though. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty. Cool. See you in a moment. Alright, I'll let you see the airport out, or the airport, the little island out the window. Now we can't see it anymore because we're over it. And our runway is between bodies of water. So we've got this big body of water, then another one. So it looks like the airport's right there probably, which means it is time to turn off autopilot. And time to land the airplane. And let's come in like this. And bring back throttle so we start descending. Just descend right around these mountains. There we go. And we can't see. No, there's a little island right there. And it's under the airplane, under the engine right about now. Sorry, we gotta keep watching out the window here. Or out the front. Alrighty, where are we headed? Somewhere over here. There it is. I see the runway. It is... oh, gone now. It's right here, right? Isn't that it? I think that's it. So anyway, as we come in to conclude this video, because only 2 legs in this video, remember, make sure you like the video, even if you normally don't like videos, just because it'll let people know we're here. I think I'm the only one doing all the bush trips. I know a lot of people do bush trips, but I think I'm the only one who's done every single one. So hit that like button. We'll let the algorithm know, hey, there's somebody exists that's doing something, and that'll be helpful. The other thing is make sure you subscribe so you know when the next video, the conclusion of this bush trip, releases. And gears down, first set of flaps. So, yeah, the final 3 legs will be in the next video. So this is the pre-antepenultimate leg, 4th from last. And then next will be the antepenultimate leg, 3rd from last. And then the penultimate leg. And then the ultimate, or last, leg. So enjoy our pre-antepenultimate landing of this bush trip. I would love to do some more sightseeing out the window, but we can't. At least not really, we shouldn't. I am, I guess. Look at me. Another little island out there. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous to look at, even though it's flat. Whoopsies. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here. There's no reason why we can't make this easy. So yeah, that was my outro, even though I haven't landed yet. So, like the video if you haven't. That way people know we exist, and subscribe if you haven't, so you know when the next video drops to conclude this bush trip. But we need to land this plane right now without coming in too fast. I think we're going to be okay here. Yeah, full flap. Here we go. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to decide how high we should come in, because are those trees in the way? Let's go a little faster here. Full throttle, which barely gets you anywhere when you got full flap in this thing, which is fine. Alright, here we go. Turbulence picking up. A little bit across. Oh no, we got a tailwind from behind us to the right. Well, that's not good. It's like 5 knots. Oof. Man, over the train is really kicking my butt here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's not hit the trees with the wing. Coming in steep, but I'll just get around the tree, over the trees behind us. Super long runway. Let's not smack into the ground. Got plenty of time. Oh, there we go. Ground effects, slight round out. Let it stall just as we touch down. That's a little early on the stall, but we're fine. Not bad. Oh, stay in the middle there. These rudders are extra touchy. Ooh, man, they're really touchy in this aircraft. Flaps coming in on the brakes. Landings are getting better. They're still like 7.5, 8.1 out of 10. We have room for improvement. But anyway, to see the improvement, make sure you're subscribed so you know when the next video drops when we conclude the bush trip. See you then.